In 1908, a movie crew arrived in Jacksonville from New York. The city had warm winters, bright sunshine, beaches, swamps, and grand hotels. It gave filmmakers many places to work while colder cities faced winter. Kalem Pictures saw the chance. The company set up in Jacksonville and began making movies. No other movie studio had done this in the city before. Their first film was called A Florida Feud, or Love in the Everglades. It told a dramatic story about people living in the wild parts of Florida. Then came The Cracker's Bride. It was a story about an unfaithful wife and a violent husband. The movies were silent, but the stories were loud. They were filled with fighting, drinking, killing, and cheating. And Kalem was only getting started. During one winter, the company made 18 movies in Jacksonville. Some were stories about the Civil War. Others followed people living deep in Florida's swamps. The city became a giant outdoor movie set. Jacksonville Beach was one popular filming spot. Its long pier appeared behind actors as cameras recorded scenes near the water. But something much larger was taking shape. Other movie companies began to notice Jacksonville. One by one, they arrived. Soon, about 30 studios were working in the city. Jacksonville gained a new name, the world's winter film capital. Movie crews spread across the area. Cameras appeared on city streets and near the beaches. Actors worked around the same grand resorts and tall buildings that brought winter tourists to Jacksonville. The city was no longer just a place people visited. It was helping create a new kind of entertainment. More than 300 movies were made in Jacksonville. Most were short films that lasted only one reel, but their reach went far beyond Florida. The movies were sent across the country to a public that could not get enough of them. Famous actors could be seen around Jacksonville. Rudolph Valentino worked there. So did Lionel and Ethel Barrymore. Some reports say Mary Pickford also appeared in the city. Another young performer was still building his career. His name was Oliver Hardy. Years later, he would become one half of the famous comedy team Laurel and Hardy. For a time, Jacksonville seemed to have everything the movie business needed. Then the problems began. Some people in the city grew tired of the filmmakers. Stories spread about wild behavior and actors who liked to party. Members of the public and local leaders became upset with the movie crews. The welcome was beginning to fade, but that was not the only threat. In 1918, a deadly flu spread across the country. People began staying away from one another. Movie audiences became smaller. Studios depended on those audiences. Now, the business was hurting. At the same time, an economic crisis made money harder to find. Movie studios needed funding to keep making films. That funding became harder to get. Jacksonville's movie industry was facing pressure from several directions. And far across the country, another place was ready to take its spot. Hollywood had warm weather. It had open land. It also had plenty of room for movie studios to grow. While Jacksonville's film business struggled, Hollywood welcomed the movie industry. Studios began looking west. The city that had once been filled with movie crews slowly lost them. Within about 10 years, most of Jacksonville's movie industry was gone. The rise had been fast. The fall was nearly as quick. Still, one part of the story continued. Norman Studios had a successful run during the 1920s. It made movies for Black audiences, including The Flying Ace, which was filmed in Jacksonville and featured a heroic pilot. But Jacksonville was no longer the center it had once been. For one short period, hundreds of movies were made beside its beaches, swamps, hotels, and busy streets. Stars walked through the city, cameras captured stories across Florida. Then, public anger, a flu pandemic, money problems, and a growing city in California helped bring the era to an end.
It is what it is.